Just had to get a look at this game. Pretty proud of this game. Not much time on it. So he's a stronger player than me too, higher rated player. Unfortunately, this was just a casual game. So yeah, let's have a look, see what happens. I'm trying the Sicilian, and I don't normally play the Sicilian. Haven't played it in a long time, but taking a look at it here because I've been wanting to play against the Sicilian, but nobody wants to play the Sicilian against me. I got one chance the other day and got to play the opening that I wanted to use against it. But anyway, here I am as black, and now I'm playing with the Sicilian, and opening I don't normally play with. So here we go. Let's take a look at what's going on in the game. This is the version that I wanted to play. This is called the Dragon. So the dark square bishop goes there, and takes control of these squares here. He immediately takes control of d4, but I think the timing's not good. So everything is going by the book at the moment. Not sure what that was. Right, so he should have castled or simply developed the knight, but he plays c3, and that loses the game, basically. With perfect play, black should win. I'm nearly a pawn ahead now, already. So what was he trying to do? Because none of that makes sense. This maybe makes sense, yeah? That makes sense, right? So that's what his plan is. I thought maybe his plan might be here. Well, anyway, he's indicated that he's got a plan on the queen side, so that's why I jumped up there with the Alice pawn. But you see now he doesn't go for his plan. So this was a wasted move. c3 was a wasted move. So not only was it a bad move, it's wasted. So I just want to cut off the bishop's communication to f7. I didn't like the idea of putting the knight there because of that e5 push. What happens? If he pushes e5 against my knight, then I guess I've got something there. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Okay. And yeah, the white king is still out in the center. The queen's not in a good spot. Meanwhile, black is maybe slightly better developed, right? So what happens if all of this takes place? White can no longer castle. So that's why that move works in black's favor. That's why he wanted to play it. That's why he didn't mind playing knight f6. He wasn't afraid of this. So I was afraid of it because I didn't see the rest of that continuation. So I block it like this instead. I also want to clear the dark diagonal for the queen. There's no knight there protecting the bishop from hitting my queen, so it's fine. And I've got control of all those dark squares, so I don't mind at all. I didn't want to blockade the f pawn. Not sure what he's doing. He's leaving that king awfully kind of weak, and all of these pieces are still undeveloped, whereas black's development is looking pretty good. Black castles already. So now he's wanting to come up there, which he goes with. See, my opponent was a good player. He's equalized a little bit now. So I want to get rid of that bishop. I don't like that bishop standing there. he comes in and makes a mistake now. He needs his dark square bishop. Look at that, that's a beautiful move there, offered by Stockfish, isn't it? Protected there by the queen, that's a lovely move. Anyway, he surrenders his only attacking piece. That's the only attacking piece, apart from, say, the queen. That's doing nothing. So his best piece is his dark square bishop, and he gives it up for that knight. Is that knight any good? Not really. See, that knight is no good. So definitely my black knight is not anywhere near as valuable as his dark bishop. So my opponent makes a mistake and helps me to develop. There's no longer a rook here, so that's why the d5 push can be made with such great power. White should probably not be trading down anything else now. Black wants to open up as many diagonals as possible because of the bishops. So I've got two very, very nice bishops. I want to start opening things up if I can. So opening up for me is not a good idea. So now I've got a nice open E and D files there. Let's have a look at what the fish goes for. Who wants to go for this, huh? Here's the weak B pawn. Can it also be supported? Maybe it can be supported there with the queen. So if white hits back there, then you protect it with the queen. So it's a reasonable attack. And all of white's pieces are kind of on the other side of the board almost. And then you've also got this. So it's a good idea. He's also thinking about this, I guess. Maybe he's thinking about something here as well. I wonder what he wants to do with that bishop. Let's have a quick look. If you play suboptimal moves, so if you take the lowest move, don't take the strongest move, you might get a better chance to see what Stockfish's plans are. So that's the best move. Take the second best. And then we can start to see, oh, look at this, there's nothing going on here. He hasn't got anything in mind for that bishop, or if he has, it's like 20 moves deep. Okay, well, let's go here. Second strongest move. Yeah, that bishop, he just doesn't know what to do with the bishop, actually. His main move is this. So let's go here. And then here we might get to see what he wants to do with the bishop. Attacking the weak bishop. Yeah, he's looking at this. Here's the strongest move, take the pawn. Let's take this, makes sense, take the pawn. So he wants to push here. We're still not seeing anything related to the planning that I can understand anyway. Is there anything happening that we can understand? Well, yeah, maybe here. Not so much. So let's jump out of that. Come back to the board. So I didn't do any of that, obviously. That's what I wanted. I was going up to that. So a very simple idea. Just put your diagonal on the queen, but also notice that it's backed up. it's protected, so you don't want to do that if the piece is unprotected. Now you can do it. Queen has to move. So I thought this was a nice move when I did it. Queen's there, that's protected. So you can hit the queen. My opponent didn't, oh no, he did. Okay, so here. Now we can attack the pinned piece. We're going to attack the pinned piece, so he has to defend it. He's defending it with this kind of weak defensive pawn move. So now you see he wants to hit that weakened pawn. My opponent doesn't see it, but that's a good lesson to learn for our future games. As soon as this pawn is moved and that pawn is moved, and this pawn becomes weak, becomes a future target. So keep that in mind. Oh, I just want to stabilize the center. Look at this. Didn't see that. So that. Opponent didn't see it either. But look at that. Look at what was on the board. Now he just wants to protect the queen. Queen's undefended. So is that. Oh, look at that. I think Stockfish didn't see that. But I did. So I'm coming down. And I want to remaneuver now. Just remaneuvering. And going after my strengths. Stockfish doesn't like what I'm doing at the moment. Doesn't like that at all. Yeah, I've played badly here somewhere. This was a bad move. This was a bad move. Okay, I lost tempo there. So what I should have done is kept pushing on the king side and keep going with this attack, I guess, because the king is weak. So I needed to keep that all stable, because this is his queen side, that's where he's strong. So I don't want to destabilize this. That destabilizes it. Okay. I wanted to blockade him there, because what I had in mind is you've got to notice that you're getting attacked there. Be careful. So you're getting attacked. So he's got to be careful what's your opponent doing. Keeps attacking the queen. So now it's simply a matter of putting that. And I want you to take notice of the time too, folks. We're down to 17 seconds and there's not much of an increment. So whatever I'm doing, I'm going to do it sort of now. And just hope that my opponent makes mistakes. And he is doing that because he thinks that I'm going to run out of time. So he's playing these moves which are designed to cause me stress. They're not the best moves. This is what I was looking for earlier. If you can see back here somewhere. Here. When I moved there, I thought, yes, maybe he can move there because he's backed up by the queen. But I wanted him to go there. Because as soon as he goes to that dark square, he now becomes under my attack. And all I needed to do was find another attacker for him, because he can't defend. He can't defend that pawn easily. He'll need to do this in order to defend it. So I just wanted to blockade it first, and then just get the queen into safety. But what I was looking for is always, and I'd noticed that earlier too, folks, that there was something there, and I had to just make a note way back here, I think. Yeah. When I was looking at that move, I was thinking, okay, if I move there, then this is going to become weak. And potentially, down the road, this bishop could end up there, and I could be getting checked. So I can imagine the queen won't be there, and this diagonal, which is also being hunted by that guy and this guy. So with all of that going on, will that king be safe in the future? Do I have somewhere where he can run to? And I do. So I noticed that around about now, before I made that move. So there we go. I'm still okay, because I wanted to go down through the center, then I noticed that other weakness. Now I just want to get the bishop onto a better square, because I'm looking at that. There's a lot, everybody is fighting over e4 right now, look at that. e4 is just such a hot commodity. And then we keep going on it. Look at how many pieces are bearing down on e4. Incredible. So that's why I thought also that the fight was over e4. I'm blockading the c pawn. Escape. He had nothing there. Now I go after his c pawn. And now, can he even defend it anymore? It looks like he cannot. He can't defend it anymore, notice that. But I don't take it right away, because if I did, if I was to take that already, then he has got something. He's got something. Do you see it? If I took that pawn, I'll show you. Can you see what he's got? Look at that. He's got a discovery against that bishop. So the bishop's undefended. And then I would have to take this. Now he comes in with the queen, and yeah, things are not looking so good anymore. Alright, so that's what you have to be careful of in these games. Always got to be careful of blundering it all and throwing it all away. The easy way to do that, you don't calculate everything all the time, just make sure that when you move a piece, that you move it to a place, a square that is protected by another piece. And I can see that that square is not protected by another piece, so I want to protect it first. Now he doesn't notice what I'm doing, or he does something else, and this is just a general rule of thumb as well. You don't want to do passive moves like that in the middle game. I think in the middle game you really want to be going for active, attacking moves, and as soon as you make a passive move like that, it's game over for sure. As long as your opponent kind of can keep the attack going, it's over. So now we just take it, and then he still doesn't see what we've got in mind. There it is, right there, and he loses his queen. So he's in a discovered check, because that's the thing of beauty. Look at this. That's a discovered check with an attack on the queen. So the only way to get out of it is to defend with your queen and trade the queen in for a bishop. He plays on for just a little longer, thank you, but continues to make mistakes. I also didn't see that. Now have a look at my time here, folks. It's down to 9 seconds. 7 seconds. So the pressure is really on. So I'm looking for something and I see it. Do you? I can't do it now because of that knight. So I really need to get rid of the knight. I don't know if I noticed that the bishop. That would maybe do the job too. Nice moves there by Stockfish. Huh? Stockfish knows my plan and he's just looking for a faster way of executing it. And he finds it. Oh man. Anyway, I do it like this, which is a bit slower. Right, so now I can start thinking about executing my plan now. Because the knight's no longer there. The knight was defending that. So just double the rooks, right? You just keep the general principles when you're running at a time like this. So I don't want to calculate too much, I just want to put pieces on the best squares and make sure things are not hanging. That's kind of a loose piece, isn't it, still? So anyway, now he makes a critical mistake. Stockfish sees it, do you? There it is, check. And he goes back, because now my opponent sees it. So yes, I take, now I can keep going. Wow, I could have done it sooner, look at that. I could have done it sooner. But anyway, I want to do this first. This is the thing that I was looking at. There we go. Do you see it now? So there it is there. And if he takes, then I take and I've got a fork. Take the rook. Now the rook and the rook, the queen will be pinning that knight. And I'll split this. So that's what I was looking at. For the last little while, he moves out of the way because he doesn't see it. Do you? Checkmate. Thank you very much. Good game.